Today is February the 1st, 2021. This is the Service Hero Show. 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter and I am your host. This is the show where we share inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. So let's do this. Today, our service hero, she's got a really beautiful name, Caprice Crebar. Well, maybe I'm not saying it exactly right, but I am having fun with it because it is a beautiful name. And today, you are going to be hearing exactly why Caprice is a service hero. And in fact, I'm not going to start the show off. Someone else is.
Welcome to Tamara Hunter's Service Hero Show, where today she welcomes a very special guest and personal friend of mine, Caprice Crebar. Caprice runs the Heartlink Network in Southern California, which is the largest chapter in the entire nation, and I'm proud to be a part of that. Caprice also runs For Healthy Living, and I'm sure she'll talk about that today, and really is an advocate for connecting others with healthy lifestyle choices and connections in business and in life. Again, welcome Caprice Crebar to Tamara Hunter's Service Hero Show. You are indeed a service hero, and one I am proud to also call my friend. Have a beautiful show, ladies. I love you both.
There you are, back pre-COVID.
And Tina.
Pardon?
Tina and Renee on the screen, two of my favorite friends in the Heartlink, among many. But wow, thank you, Renee. That was such a blessing. What a nice message.
And very heartfelt. In fact, she couldn't say enough wonderful things about you, and so much fun when you can have these people that truly see what it is that you're doing in the world. And not always are you going to know, not always are you going to hear what people are thinking when it's good thoughts, because sometimes, I mean, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, it's whatever way you want to look at it, you know, like if you're not doing something that people are excited about, you're going to hear about it. However, a lot of times when you're doing those things that people really appreciate, not always are they going to say it. They may say thank you in private, and yet it's good to hear. And Carol Brown Berzins, our assistant producer of production, assistant of this show, who takes care of things, as she is here to say hello. We have Helene Wilson, the first ambassador of the chat. So happy you are with us to welcome those that are showing up for the show. Appreciate you so very much and all that you do. And let's see, we'll look over this one, and we are live on E360 TV. Thank you for checking. And yes, if you have not yet signed up to get all the apps on all of your smart TVs and your phone and your computer and all over the place to get really great programming, I suggest that you do that, because the shows that are on E360 TV are the kind of shows you guys want to be watching these days. Really, seriously, if you want something that's going to inspire, educate, help you with business, teach you all sorts of wonderful skills, that is the channel and the stations to be a part of and watching. So E360 TV, very happy to be associated with you. And thank you, Helene. And who else do we have here? We have LaWanna Bradford of love it. Celebrate you. And they have a big gala coming up. I'm so excited about this. I'm actually going. It's glam up from the waist up. Fun.
That's great.
No. Celebrate you guys. If you guys are available to come and have some fun from the waist up. Clam up from the, that is such a great phrase. And let's see. And of course, we've got Helene that needs a root beer. She's our comic relief for the show. So you, my dear, are a busy woman. You are involved in so many things, and you're all about too healthy. That's what I keep seeing. Healthy family, healthy life, healthy business, and then you put that into practice, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's a everyday focus. I believe in progress, not perfection. So I feel like we also have to enjoy life, but always making your health a priority is key. It's really the key to living a full life with vitality and being able to really enjoy those golden years. They're called golden years, so we can keep them golden if we prioritize our health while we're younger.
I love it. Oh, and thank you, Carol. For anybody that wants to support the Celebrate You Women of the Year virtual event, it is something that I believe in. We featured it yesterday on the Tour of Love show, and all the proceeds, every single penny, goes to a nonprofit. It's being donated. So this is truly a service hero way of doing things, and appreciate you, Luana, for all that you do at Celebrate You, and just all of it. So if you guys didn't catch the Tour of Love show yesterday to find out more about it, go ahead and watch it. You'll be glad you did. So
what's the date? What's the date of it?
The date, why don't it is, I believe, is it Friday or Saturday, Luana? February the 5th or February the 6th. She'll let us
check it out. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and absolutely. And this group of women that are at Saturday. So it is on February the 6th. And the group of women that the gala is highlighting, that one of them is actually our vice president of our nonprofit cb4l.org. And so, of course, really want to support that. And Nikki, so glad you're here with us.
Nikki's my friend. Thank you, Nikki, for coming.
Yes. Thank you for being here. Now, all right. So you not only had Renee that wanted to give you a message, there's a message from someone else. So let's hear from that person now.
Caprice Crebar, this is Carl Wilson. You are phenomenal. Thank you for your continued support of my company, my business. Thank you for being a red blazer. Thank you for making me one of the members of the Heart Links group over in Orange County, the only male. That's phenomenal. I treasure that. Thank you for the commercial you did on my perfume, Success by Carl. You are a phenomenal woman. God bless you. Keep doing great things. I will always follow you, support you 100%. Thank you very much. Love, Carl Wilson. Dr. Carl D. Wilson, Jr. Bye-bye.
Oh, wow. That just made me, I can't stop smiling ear to ear. Thank you so much, Carl. And he says that I'm busy. I mean, I can't keep up with that man. It's amazing all that he does for others. So he is a service hero above and beyond. But that meant so much to me, Carl. Love you too.
Well, and isn't that the truth? Because I will say that he spoils so many people too. Like one of these two trophies over here is one that he just sent to me. And, it came with a ring and then a wine glass that has Queen on it, and he's always doing these amazing things. And so I do want to share what you did for him. Again, service hero, guys, service hero. And I want to talk about this.
Laguna Beach on a January day. We're so blessed to share with you Success by Carl. Many of you watching this know Carl Wilson. He is a giver. He's a supporter of women. He's someone that wants to elevate people and acknowledge their contributions to making a difference in the world. And he's an entrepreneur himself. He owns C.D. Wilson Events. He's an incredible event coordinator. He also founded the All Women Rock Association to honor and award the achievements of women using their gifts and talents to make a difference in the world. So his most recent venture is this new fragrance, Success by Carl. So when you wear this fragrance, and I can tell you I'm wearing it and I absolutely love the scent. It's a powerful yet soft scent, and some of the natural perfume oils that are infused with the vitamin E water are the pomegranate, the amber, musk, cucumber lime. It has mahogany. It has several other really wonderful blended scents that make this just the perfect perfume for you to wear and to make you feel empowered and even more successful. So I am excited to be supporting this on behalf of Carl and his organizations. I'm very appreciative of what he does to lift up entrepreneurial women. And I love the fact that he does it in honor of his own mother. So Success by Carl is a fragrance that, please go to tfblagunabeach.com to order your bottle. Just plug in the word success and it'll pop up for you. And you'll be able to be among the first to wear this scent proudly. And Carl has big vision for this scent. He has big vision. So be among the first that gets to wear this, and you're going to absolutely love it. I think it's an amazing scent, and I'm just grateful that I got to be in his beta test and that I get to be here sharing it with you. Okay, wait.
When I was hearing it, I'm like, okay, somehow I almost think that this is like smell-o-vision, going on, because you painted it so well, and then you've got the ocean going on. I'm thinking, oh, brilliant. So a service hero,
was Carl's idea. He loves the ocean.
Oh, okay, because I'm like service hero in the fact that you did this commercial and you were involved in the beta test. And so love all of the story, but the backstory. Okay, so how did you get to be involved in the beta test?
Well, as we all know, when we show up, we meet people, and I got very fortunate because I run a women's networking group, and probably 6 years ago, a woman named Angeline Benjamin came to my group, and over the years she developed and blossomed, and she just became a great speaker and coach, and she then she had to move, so we were sorry that we weren't going to see her at the meetings regularly. But what happened is she still came all the way from Temecula and to South Orange County, and then she introduced me to a new group that she had joined in Temecula area, and it's called the Global Society of Female Entrepreneurs. And it's run by an amazing woman that I feel so blessed that Angeline connected me to, Robbie Motter, who I know you know, and that's how we're connected here because of her too. So she's been running. We're in the networking realm for upwards of 40 years. She proudly is 85 years old. She's proud to say she runs circles around me. So Robbie Motter, I was invited to meet her by Angeline. I showed up. Robbie is another person like Carl that just, her whole mission is to help people rise into their own greatness, right? And I really, that resonates with me because that's what I work towards doing every day with my HeartLink, with my health organization. This is a book she invited me to participate in. So I'm a collaborator in this book. I wrote a chapter about salt. So add a little more salt to your plate, and you'll have to find out what that acronym stands for. But it is all about showing up. And when people enter my life, and I'm surrounded by a lot of inspiring people with the HeartLink Network, and the founder of the HeartLink Network, which is a nationwide organization for female entrepreneurs, Dawn Billings, she's an author, a psychologist, she's a personality test founder. She's been on Oprah's list of the top 80 emerging female entrepreneurs. She's really amazing. She founded the HeartLink Network. A lot of people think I did because she's a silent partner now. She's really focusing on family. And I have a large and long-standing group here in South Orange County. But I have to give Dawn the credit, but she's another mentor in my life that luckily, I reached out to her, and she really changed my life by allowing me to be a leader of her HeartLink in her HeartLink community, which allows me now to serve so many other women.
I love it. I love it. And so, as you were talking about all of that, and we're going to go into the HeartLink in a few moments. However, one of the things that you mentioned about the founder is that she's concentrating on family. And that's a big part of your life too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you picked a good one. Yeah, we bleed blue.
I love it.
Yes. This was about when probably shortly after I actually became a leader of the HeartLink Network. I already had my health company for 4 years about this time. And my boys now are the one in the middle. His name's Robbie, and he's a musician. He's 23, and he's an incredible musician. I would love to volunteer him to sing in one of your events.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm writing that down right now.
His name's Robbie Dean. And then the one here on the right in the blue shirt, he goes to junior college. He's really into health and fitness. His name's Gary. He's 19. And the one on the far left is going into the Army in 6 months. And it's always been a lifelong dream of his. He's 17. He's a senior in high school, named KJ. And my husband to the right of me there is named Ken. He's a entrepreneur himself, and we do really focus on family. Family's key. They're still all with us. Over this last year, I felt very lucky that I had my family, together during a challenging year, but they're off. We're about ready to become empty nesters.
Yeah. Oh, we could talk about that. However, this is honoring you and empty nesters. I love it. Okay, there is a word for 2021. Yes, showing up. That's exactly Carol. She made that because we're really about the Intention Project 2021, and it's something that this show has been doing a lot and having quite a few segments. And so it's really brought that whole idea of your intentional word, not only intention and vision for 2021, but that intentional word. And so she's showing dash up, was it just keeps coming around, and she notices these things, and showing up seems to be a really big piece. And very nice. I love it. They're chatting. We do that. And Amy Morrison, so glad you're here. I am. I'm so glad. You have a lot that so many people on so many different networks. And, and when you were talking about Temecula, I'm thinking, yeah, that's my neck of the woods, because I live out in the, East County. We're all Southern California people here that we're talking right now. And so one of the things that I do want to share, because it's so beautiful. And when you think about Southern California, and something that you say in this one clip, well, we'll talk about it after the clip.
Great Beach. This is a place we raised our boys. Feel so blessed being down here. We haven't been down in a while, so it's fun to reminisce. The surf is gorgeous.
about my sunglasses.
On my head. Hi, Mom. See, you're watching. So pretty here today.
Yeah, that's where I get to live. I feel very blessed.
Well, and also I wanted to share the clip because of the fact that a few different reasons. Number one, yes, Southern California has many perks, and when you live near the ocean, there's just something therapeutic about it. And truthfully, as I found that clip, I kept closing my eyes, and I'm going to suggest that those that are into listening to the ocean, I love the way that you filmed that. You didn't speak through it much. You allowed for the waves. You allowed for that, almost like you could feel the sea breeze on your face. Yet when you did say something, I loved it. Hi, Mom. How many people that, would love to be able to say that now? There's so many that, if we're a little older, that, hi, Mom, I know you're watching. How amazing. What a gift that is. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, wow, that's just so beautiful. And you had said you wanted to learn a little bit about our buddies and what we do in the nonprofit. And the ocean and the sound of the ocean is something that we listen to nearly daily during like a meditative time where we also come together with energy and love and frequency and healing, because we believe in healing through connections and inviting nature in, inviting that love. And so I actually loved that clip.
Good.
The simplicity of it.
I love that.
Yeah.
It was pure appreciation. And it's as I said in the beginning of the clip, we hadn't been there. It's only about 5 miles from our house, but we all get so busy. We get so busy, and then we don't take the time out just to really, breathe deep and appreciate nature. And so my husband and I were like, okay, we're going to be coming down here more often, because we almost sometimes get so caught up in our lives, you forget that that's right there, and you can really de-stress and just appreciate just the simple things, which are so beautiful.
Exactly. And may I add, sometimes when it's in our backyard, we can take it a bit for granted. And I do believe that now, because of things being closed down more, that many people are starting to appreciate the things that, the stay home staycations that people have been having, finding something around where they are and looking possibly a little bit with eyes a little bit more wide open to that beauty, to those resources, to those businesses that possibly maybe we knew were there, maybe we didn't know were there, and maybe we took for granted, and maybe right now they are not there any longer because of what's happened. And so to show that appreciation of what is in your immediate circle, I I loved it. And it really goes into, and little did I know about the name of your chapter in Robbie's book, SALT, SALT. I'm thinking that's probably an acronym, so there's probably periods in there. And yet you are all about health. You mentioned it. You started that business when we were looking at Bleeding Blue, Dodger Blue. And 4 years before that. So let's go into that. That's a huge mission in your world, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, when I started my family, I was in corporate and I did a lot of traveling. I was a traveling saleswoman and in the high tech industry when cellular phones weren't really a thing. People didn't really know much about them then. And so I was in that industry and it was exciting and fast paced and became one of the fastest growing industries ever. And, but I was very stressed out. You know, I had 3 little boys that were under the age of 6 when we moved here to Southern California from Sacramento. And I was sometimes traveling 10 days a month. We had a nanny. They pretty much were at McDonald's play place every day and walking to the donut shop. And I just had a lot of mom guilt. So I knew that when I was able to, leave that job, that I was going to focus on recovering from that and helping to find ways to feed my family well. And so I luckily met a friend who introduced me to a product that I fell in love with because it was just pulverized produce with the liquid taken out and all the micronutrients in different forms, capsules, chewables, shakes. And I got that. I got it, because I knew that they weren't eating enough fruits and vegetables. I knew that's what we were all lacking. So it became my mission. And then as soon as we experienced, nothing major, because thank God we don't have any significant health challenges in our family, but basic things, kids not getting sick as much anymore, no earaches anymore, stronger hair, better skin, better, just energy. Like I didn't have that 2 o'clock slump anymore. So all of those things made me I'm the kind of person that loves to share. If I see a good movie, you're going to hear about the good movie. If I go to a good restaurant, you're going to hear about a good restaurant. And that's how it was with this. My kids were in elementary school and I just heard moms all the time talking about the same problem I had. Their kids weren't eating well. They were sick all the time. So I just would say, well, this has worked for me. And before I knew it, it just turned into a business because I found my passion was really I want to be able to serve people. And I was able to really significantly impact people's lives by just introducing them to healthy habits and resources and tools that I use for my own family's health. And that's really where it all began.
I love it. And then I saw this. That is huge. Now, is that beet plant?
That's actually Swiss chard.
Swiss chard. Okay. And did you grow it in? You have hydroponics, don't you? You do hydroponics. Yeah. So did you grow that yourself?
Yes, I did. Yeah, that was my biggest bounty of Swiss chard to date.
And now I have to ask, there's no cheating hormones or anything like that in this. This is all done with natural grow process, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's actually called aeroponics. Hydroponics, the roots sit in water. So they just sit inside the water. Right. This is a tower and the roots actually dangle within the tower. And they get fed and hydrated on a cycle. So 15 minutes on or half hour off. And so it's suspended in the air. So it's a combination of hydro, aero, and my company's been offering it for, it's probably been 11 years now. And I was in one of the beta testers way back when. So I have 2 of them and they're called Tower Gardens and they really are amazing. If you have a black thumb like I did, I'm a master gardener.
Okay. I have to say that at one time my house was one of those houses that everybody would be like, what are they thinking? Because my father had it in his mind that he wanted to do a hydroponic thing, and he's a do-it-yourself kind of guy, right? So he went to get all the different supplies, and he built this thing behind and it was on my property, behind the gate, which was pretty high, like a cedar, like a stone gate, so it was a pretty high one. And it was, you talk about tower, it like, and then it looked like it could be a wild ride for a mouse, because it had this twisty turny things, and I don't think anything ended up coming of it because of what you're talking about, because of the root system being in the water. It just, and so it was an interesting process to watch. It was very interesting to see as I drove up to my house, and like, it's gotten bigger. and because in Southern California, we have the weather, and like we have the raised boxes in my yard, and I was always raised where you do that kind of stuff at home. Yet not everybody in the world has that kind of weather, has that kind of space, has that kind of ability, has yet they may want the fresh greens. They may want to know, especially these days, what was used on this thing that I'm putting in my mouth that's supposed to be healthy for me, but now I'm questioning because you hear all this stuff. So what you're saying is that these towers, now, are they something that can be inside or outside or what?
So it's about a 4-foot tower cylinder with a 20-gallon basin. And so the water is circulated with a pump up the tower and sprinkles down all the roots. So the plants are in these little pods all around the cylinder. And it can be indoors or outdoors. Mine, because I am in Southern California, I can grow all year round. So we're really fortunate, but anybody can grow all year round. Even if you live in the blizzard in Chicago, we have a system that has lights. So I have a lot of friends and clients that actually grow indoors, and they do it very successfully. And you can literally walk right up to it. And my favorite thing about it is I like a big hearty green salad. So if I go to the grocery store, aside from all the reasons you said it may not be a good idea to bake it at the grocery store, but if I go there, I buy, if I buy 8 different types of greens, right, most of the time, some of that's going to go bad.
Right. Yeah, it's true.
And even if you degraded over time,
even if you're as disciplined as you can be, it still can happen. So what you're saying.
What I love is I grow 28 plants in a 3-foot space because they're all growing upright. It waters itself. There's no dirt. I can walk right up to it and pick 10 different, whatever I want to eat. I'll just pick a few leaves from the arugula and pick a few leaves from the babe lettuce and pick a few leaves from the basil. And then you have this beautiful multi-textured, multi-nutritious salad. And you can go pick more next time, and it just keeps growing more back. It's really amazing.
I love it. Okay, I have to ask. Now you have ornaments on your tree. Now, was this grown in there, or?
That is hilarious. I hope my mom's watching this, because she got me that for Christmas. I just laughed because 2 people sent me ornaments, and one was broccoli and one was an avocado. So I'm like, okay, they know me well.
I love these, and I thought, okay, no, I have to do it because it's just too much fun. So, okay, so you have the business that you're talking about, the healthy choices. And I really appreciate that more and more every single day, because we all need to be thinking about our health and healthy choices. And the close group that we were talking about before we went live, every single evening. And if anybody knows anybody that is that's heard you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, listen up, because every single night we do get together and we're having so much success in regards to learning healthy habits, learning about, how laughter and art and so many things are therapeutic. In fact, I have a little clip that I'm going to share right now, and I think you'll enjoy it too, because it just gives a little bit of an idea of what we're doing.
Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been shown that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. We'll match you with the perfect buddy. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
We're offering you a free membership, so please sign up today. Share this with your friends and family, and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a chemo buddy for life.
We are a buddies network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are chemo buddies for life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for Life.
Healing through connections.
Wow, that's beautiful. That is, I definitely want to get involved.
Well, we will be more than thrilled to have you with us. And there's so much out there, guys. And this is really what Service Heroes is all about. You are right now seeing Caprice be a true service hero, leading, a servant that gives of themselves and their heart and serves with purpose and passion. And you're seeing that right now. What a beautiful moment. What a beautiful, and thank you for that. We will definitely will love to have you a part of the community. And what you are doing in the HeartLink business networking, I absolutely love what I have now seen of it. And I thought it was so cute. And Carl, if you're still here right now, you're going to have to watch earlier in the show, because there's a surprise for you. There's a surprise for you. I think you'll be happy. And the fact that you brought him on and he's one of the only men, or the only, yes, she does. All women rock, right?
Right.
I love it. I love it. And Carl, you see the trophy right there? The one with the heart? Wink, wink. There you
know, Carl gives so much to others, and just like I said in the video, I love that he honors his mom by helping women rise, that have given of themselves, that have achieved. And when I first met Carl, I was nominated for one of his All Women Rock Awards. And so went to a beautiful ceremony, was honored by Robbie Motter and Carl and Angeline Benjamin. And it was just incredible, all the impact that women are making in the world that he was highlighting. And so that was a true honor. That's when I first met Carl. And ever since, I've just fallen more and more in love with who he is as a human being and what he gives to the world. And so, I just want to thank him again for being my honorary male, an honorary male member, the only one in the HeartLink network for female entrepreneurs, because he does so much for us.
And we want to welcome everyone that is coming and watching the show. And please hashtag live, hashtag replay, and share it out, because I love the idea of networking. I love, introducing. And that's one of the things that you everybody is saying about you that I have visited with is that you are an expert connector, that you are, that's where you shine in so many different ways. There's one more clip I want to share with everyone. So here we go.
Hello, I'm Caprice, and my role as creative director is to make sure that all the members are given an opportunity to showcase their music or their business during one of our weekly meetings, but also during our events, such as our M&O shows and our M&O seminars that we host throughout the year. So I have the pleasure of heading up the events committee and the marketing committee, who are tasked with organizing these events and promoting the events. A member of the events committee will be announcing our upcoming events later on in the hour. So I also have the pleasure of selecting the participants in our weekly mini sessions, as well as scheduling the member spotlights, which is a 10-minute segment of our meeting focused on one member a week on a rotation basis. And as we invite our guests to attend, the members focus on inviting those who would benefit the most from the members' upcoming spotlight. So we have the spotlight next week, which I will post in the chat comments for you, so you know to prepare for that. And then I have the pleasure of introducing myself today as the spotlight speaker. So I have 10 minutes here to share what I believe is really something that many people don't consider. And before I get into the meat of this topic, I want to ask you all to feel your pulse. Take a minute, put your fingers on your pulse, and feel the beat of your pulse. And imagine that every year your heart pumps about 40 million times. So today's my birthday, and so I'm starting the first day of my 40 million beats this year. And in honor of that, I want to share with you why it's so important to make sure that we're taking really good care of our heart, our cardiovascular system, that is really keeping us alive. Because what happens when those beats stop? We're not here on this earth anymore. So we want to make sure we're fueling it with the right nutrition, which is key. And in America, most people aren't doing that well enough. And that's, the heart is just one piece of that. You know, every single organ, our lungs, our gut is super important to be healthy. And every organ in our body, our skin, all depends on proper nutrition.
Wow, thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome. And glad that you're here from South Africa. Yes, love it, love it, love it. This is an international show, and we are streaming live to quote unquote 80 million screens throughout the world. We want to be able to share this out, this information. And yes, happy birthday when you had your birthday. And, you know, and I want to share, the reason I shared this, because there was a few different clips I've narrowed it down to, yet this one kind of brought it all together. And that is, you help people feel comfortable on the camera. You're really big about Facebook Live. You also are into networking and helping people to get to know each other, encouraging the business piece of it. And also, one of them, the 3-minute scientifically proven, you know, tell us what you got, 3 minutes, you know, clock, especially for women that, you know, we're interested and then we zone out. And I'm like, oh, that's good. You know, and so there's that. And then you tied it into, you know, our health, and then you brought it in. Okay, the spotlight, 10-minute spotlight. Be ready with your 10-minute, you know, share, and because you never know when you're going to have that opportunity. And if you have a business, that's important. And then you brought it into, okay, health. We need that heart to keep above ground, guys. And then to the gut and the cardiovascular. And you hit so many nuggets in that short little clip. And it really brought into who it is and what you do, serving in all these different areas, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting how my life evolved, because, you know, I was in this stressful corporate job, not feeding my kids right, went into a field that helped me feel better about that and feed my family well, learned from a lot of other experts. I mean, it's all about showing up. I showed up to so many educational events because I wanted to learn more about nutrition. I did get a health certification, a health coaching certification long after I started. I mean, it was like 14 years into my health business, but I thought, what the heck, I want to learn more. And then I wanted to, for selfish reasons, honestly, start networking, right? At first, when I started networking 12 years ago, it was because I wanted to meet more people to help get healthier. But what happened is I stumbled upon this Dawn Billings HeartLink organization. She had just started it. And I want to give her credit for being one of the women who spearheaded women's networking. Because before that, there really weren't a lot of women's networking groups.
That deserves a hand.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. So she really, now there's so many, which is great. Duplication is the best form of flattery, right? And we need more because, I'm not going to open up more chapters. So we need lots of women to give other women opportunities to shine. So, but then I discovered I had this desire to really help, serve entrepreneurial women, to help make those connections and help them meet people and connect with others and with resources that really have changed some of their lives. And I went to another networking group at one point, and there was one of my former members that couldn't come anymore on the day that I hold them. And she actually gave me one of the best compliments in the world. She stood up in that group and she introduced me. She didn't know I was going to be there, but I happened to be sitting next to her. And she told everyone in the group that I changed her life. Wow. The reason why is because I hosted an organization that she came to and met someone that changed her life. So I didn't directly change her life, but it just I love
domino effect. That's exactly it. In fact, okay, so now you used to have the face-to-face, and now you're doing the Zoom and the meetings where you can be in the comfort of your own home office and get involved. And I did either read or hear one of the video clips that when I was doing the research was that ever since COVID, what has happened with your Orange County, because Orange County, and I was a recruiter, headhunter for 18 years, and a lot of that was in Orange County. So I know that area very well, know the business world, and lived in that professional world also with you as a woman entrepreneur, had my own business there for a while, and it's an interesting, if you will, kind of a tight-knit group, business community. Even though it's a big Orange County, you think of big, it really ends up being, funnels, and then you get to know who's doing what, and you really get to know everybody. However, now with the fact that online, you can have people from the county, yet you can have people from all over the world come and visit your chapter now, right?
Yeah, actually, a couple of years before, so probably 2018, I had brainstormed that I wanted to open up a virtual HeartLink network so that I could, have people meet people from anywhere. Right. And I just never got it off the ground. And one of the main reasons is because hardly anybody knew how to use Zoom. And so,
I get that.
Yeah, and I've used Zoom for the last 4 years in my health business, because that's how I work with team, and it's just a great communications vehicle and in training vehicle. And so I really wanted to take that into the networking world, but I had so much problems with people trying to get on Zoom. So 2020 solved that problem. And now I call it the HeartLink Network SoCal, Southern California, and virtually, because I have people literally from all over. I mean, I've had Ecuador, Canada, Michigan, Wisconsin, New York. I mean, people from all over. So it's been so fun, because one of my goals is to help my members reach more people with their message. I like to say
right.
And so, to be able to enable that for them by opening it up now to more people is a big deal. And I do a lot of interviews kind of like this, not like this is amazing. I just did not expect all this being able to reminisce and watch, and just, it's kind of weird watching myself in these videos. But in any case, I do a lot of interviews on Facebook, and I just want to elevate that. I mean, I love the platform that you're running on right now, because it gets pushed out to so many. And that's what I want to do for my members, is to give them more visibility so that the world can see their value and who they're showing up and being in the world for others.
Well, you'll just have to join the E360 TV network and have a show. We'll have to talk about that. Yeah, because the reality of it is that really right now, and this is where I believe what you're doing and the way that you're serving, and without giving away who said what, I want to just say that I have learned a lot in doing preparing for this show, in really great habits. You've got good business habits, and you handle things really well, and I appreciate that whenever I see it. And I want to compliment you in the most sincere way, because you really do. You're all about that servant leader, that servant that, you can be a servant leader, or you can be like the other kind. And I really love, thus service heroes, guys, wink, wink, the idea of servant leaders, because we need more and more and more. And when we can have someone that, quote unquote, is following us become a leader and even be better than we are, be better than we ever were, because they learned and they were allowed to learn from the leader and others that the leader helped them to meet. That is the very best thing we can do in our legacy. And that's what I'm seeing that you're doing with this organization. And how amazing is it right now that our borders and our areas seem to be closing in because of COVID. And yet, truly, if you want to break free of that and think about it, we have never had an opportunity like this, because of the acceptance now of platforms such as this. Mm-hmm. Even you watch regular TV now, it's got the little squares, because they've got the weather person at home doing the green screen, and so our minds now are accepting this a little bit more. And so then to have these international platforms that may be generated from a local business group, yet now is allowing for international trade and business to take place, that is phenomenal. And that's what you are doing.
Thank you. I heard a coach say recently that cause leaders cause leaders.
That's good.
And so, I've always felt like in my business, in my health and wellness business, a lot of people don't necessarily set out to become a leader. You grow to be a leader, and you have mentors, and you have people that you look up to. And that's what I do in my business, to help other people do what I've done and build a business, health and wellness business for themselves. But I never judge anyone for whether they could ultimately be a leader or not, because that emerges. And I love to just tap into each person's what is how are you being and showing up in the world? You're unique, you're different than anyone else, and you have something to give. And so people that over time maybe didn't even think they were leaders become leaders. And it's so fun to watch. And so I loved that term that phrase when I heard it, cause leaders cause leaders. So if you're,
I love that.
Yeah.
Cause leaders cause leaders.
Thank you, Carrie. One of my team members reminded me of that today. So
and that's amazing. And I love it. And so glad that so many showed up for the show. Please share it out, because I do believe that there's many people right now that, even though we're now into the second month of 2021. Crazy. It just always goes so fast. Yet it's still a new year. All things are possible. Every day is a new day. Show up to the new day. And you never know exactly what's going to inspire you. In today's story, you, Caprice, you are inspiring. And I do believe that your story is an inspiring story to inspire others. And I would love to leave the last moments for you to share a nugget in regards to what it is that you'd like to share before we close the show.
Okay, gosh, there's so much swirling through my head. So I think what I will share is, I guess I want to thank Robbie Motter for, first of all, introducing us, giving us the platform that allowed us to connect. And this is a really incredible opportunity. So I appreciate you and all you're doing. And I just had tears watching the video about your organization, Chemo Buddies, that I'm looking forward to getting involved in. But the book is beautiful that Robbie Motter brought 46 of us together to write stories, inspirational stories about how showing up made a difference in our lives. Are you in this, Tamara?
No.
Okay.
I don't know if this is the one. One of them, cb4l.org, is the nonprofit that it benefits. And I'm not sure if this is the book. Carl would have to tell.
Yeah, she's doing more. There's going to be more of these. So I expect to see you in it. But it was a really great opportunity. And what Robbie does for people, what you do for people to give them platforms to shine is just amazing. So that's what this book, and your show, has done for me. I just am grateful for. And, the stories are all about how showing up made a difference and how asking, the powers in the asking. And that's part of my SALT acronym too. So when you get the book, you can read the chapter that I wrote all about adding more salt to your plate.
I love it. Adding more salt to your plate. And I read a book one time, a really great book, and about how important salt is to our bodies too.
Yeah, I was going to say that's healthy salt. We all need some healthy salt on our plate for sure.
Yeah. And so I love that. I love it. You are spectacular, and I want to say thank you for being the service hero that you are, Caprice, that you definitely are out there making a difference in so many lives and an example to so many of us that we can have well-rounded lives. I like that piece of it, the healthiness of being able to have your family, being able to have your business, being able to serve others and help be that domino effect to help shape opportunities for those that are in your circles to be able to then continue the same thing. Cause leaders. I love it. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here with us today on the Service Hero Show. We will be back on Wednesday, and we will have another inspiring story to inspire you. See you then. Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.